Hi there everyone. Well, today I'm going to turn this collage that I've made into these lovely pieces. So please join me. I'll show you how I made them. Well, hopefully I'm going to make some buttons and tags from this collage that I built up in the video a few weeks back. I don't know if you've managed to watch it yet, but what I ended up doing was putting some PVA glue as a finish, and it's got quite a nice sheen on there, and it's all stuck down nicely. So I want to make some buttons to go in my new sewing journal, and I thought this would be rather nice to use. So I've cut out or used my punch to make these little discs, and I've put 3 together because I want them to be quite substantial. So I've just got to cut a few more of those out with my, I think it's I'm not sure what size this punch is, but yes, it's a 1-inch punch. And I've also got this card, which I thought was quite nice, so I'm going to have a couple of buttons in this. I greased this punch with some Vaseline the other day because it was sticking, and it seems to have helped it. I'll probably start playing up again now I've said that, but like getting things stuck in it. I'll have to sort that out in a minute. So when I've punched the discs out, I've been sticking 3 together, so I'll stick that one on top there because that will make a button. And I'm going to punch some out of this now to go on top of these plain discs. So I don't think it matters where you go. Using it upside down like this, you can see where you so I might do one there as well. Quite nice with some pattern and wording. So that'll do for now. So I'm going to glue these on top of here, and then they'll be ready for me to make 2 holes in them. To make them look like buttons. And I'm also going to ink up around the edges. So I'll go away and do that, stick the top disc on here, ink up, and then I'll come back and show you how I make the holes. Okay, well I've inked up the edges and on the other side, but I'm going to be sewing them to something, so it doesn't really matter for me that side, but if you wanted to, you could actually put another disc on to colour them both sides. That would be quite nice. I think they've come out rather lovely, especially with a little bit of writing on there. So I've made 2 holes in this one, and to get them even you have to really measure. I mean, you can do it by eye. So what I've done is I've measured the halfway point in one direction and then in the other direction, and then I've centered that up and I've just made a little pencil mark either side of the halfway. I mean, you can have it, you could put 4 holes on if you want to. And then I've got this is an old screwdriver that my husband's sharpened up to a point, so it's rather a good pointy tool. I'll just make that a bit more visible for me. And then just a matter of having your cutting mat. I mean, some of you may have the little punch hole crocodile, I think they're called, and you've got a tiny measurement on them, but I haven't got those, so I've got to use this method. Which is fine. And then I just push it through just to make them more visible. So there we are. So I'm going to do that with all of them, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to use them. Finished those. I'm really pleased how they've come out, and they're nice and thick. So I'm going to sew those onto some tags maybe, or a page. Okay, the other thing I want to do with the collage is make some tags. So what I've done is measured up on the other side of it, and that way you don't worry too much about what you're cutting out. That can influence you, and it's quite nice to be surprised. So I've just marked on the back here. I'll just do a rectangle, and then I'll either use it as a card or I'll make the tag ends. And it's quite a surprise to see. That looks rather nice. I'll probably trim that end. I like the writing on the end there. So I'll probably, if I'm going to use it as a tag, I'll take the corners off of that one. Then I've got part of that letter down there. And I could sew a button on there. That's a possibility. So let's just cut these out. If I go along here. The rest I'm probably going to use for buttons, because I've got lots of uses for them. And I'm making folios, and I could do this on the guillotine, of course. Right, let's reveal the other side. Yeah, that's lovely. There's some script on there, and this one. Really pleased with those. So I'm going to trim the ends, ink them up, and then probably put a ribbon in, and I'll show you what they look like. And for the rest, I rather like this button with the piece of writing on, so I'm going to try and get some more of those out, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Now, I just wanted to show you what I managed to get out of that one piece of card. So I've got all these for projects. So this, I'm intending layering, putting more sort of some words on, or a picture in the middle there. So this is going to act as a background. So they're going to be really useful. I thought actually I could use one of the buttons to go on there. That would look rather lovely when it's built up. I'm really pleased with the buttons, so they're going to come in very handy. I've cut out more discs, though I haven't mounted those yet or made holes, because I just want them available for projects, because I might use them in other ways. But gosh, they've turned out really beautiful. They've got that nice shine on because I put the PVA glue on. I also made a couple of artist trading cards. I just cut out a circle. I haven't got a big punch, but I managed to draw around something and cut that out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet, so I may put them on some more card, just leave them as artist trading cards, or use them to layer up in my projects. And you may think I'm over the top with this, but I've from the edges where I've punched these out, there are these lovely little bits left over, and I thought I must keep those, because they will come in very handy when I'm layering. So I'll put those in a little pouch and try not to forget that I've got them. So look at what we've made out of one piece of collaged card. So I'm really pleased. And if you watched the other video with me collaging, I did two pieces, and this was the other piece. So I've made that into a file folder to either go in the journal as a one of the pages, or I may make a file out of it. So I'm very pleased with that one too. So these are all projects that have come from just collaging scraps of paper. I hope you've enjoyed watching me cut those bits out, and please come back and see what I do with them in other projects. Please press the subscribe button, and I'll see you again on another video. Bye for now.